Hey, what's up guys? My name is Steven or Sageham, and today we're going to be doing a beginner's tutorial or guide for Green Arrow. Now, I did one of these for Nightwing on my channel if you guys want to check that out. I also did one, or my friend of mine did one for Black Adam if you guys want to check that out. That'll be in the description down below, but I'm also doing one for Cyborg pretty soon, so you guys, I know a lot of people have been waiting on that one, so we'll try to give you guys a quick and thorough breakdown of Green Arrow, and I hope you guys enjoy this. So, a couple things. First of all, Green Arrow is a setup character. He's heavily focused on setups. He does very little damage, like 20 to 30%, but his setups are so strong that he'll make up for it. I'll go over those later. So if you're looking for a hard-hitting character, don't look for Green Arrow. He doesn't do a lot. And he's also a gadget character, so he doesn't have like really great use of interactables. Like he can't pick this up and throw it. He just blows it up. So he is not a power character. But he does have some very good advantages that make up for these weaknesses. Now, very quickly, I'd like to cover one of the things that makes him strong is the fact that, well, strong and weak. His specials pretty much suck, to be honest. There's only one or two good ones. Like, Jump Back Arrow is very good. It creates space, and it also is very hard for opponents to deal with in specific situations. Like, if you're rushing someone down, you can do it on their wake up if they try to mash grab or something. Like, whoops, if you've been throwing them a lot, then that is very good to bait it. Or if they mash a button, or just off a down jab, you can do it. It's very good. You can cancel it off your strings, stuff like that. It's a very good move. And his up arrow is good in combos, and against Doomsday, you can use it against his Meteor Smash, and very deep jump-ins. That's a good move. But other than that, his specials kind of suck, to be honest. He doesn't really have anything that's amazing. Like, they're okay for specific combos, but not really anything too great, to be honest. That's not really the highlight of Green Arrow's game. Let's talk about his trait and his super. So his super is actually unblockable. You have all kinds of setups. Like you can do forward 2, down 1, 3, and then you can do it so that as a media on their wake up, it's unblockable like that. And you can combo after it. You can do back 3 to combo after it, and you can get a full combo after that. And it'll do like 50-something% probably. So that's really good. You can also catch it. Like you can do Ice Arrow into super. I'm going to reset it so you guys don't have to watch that again. But yeah, you can do that, and it's very easy for him to combo into it. And since his specials suck, he never has to spend meters, so he will always have a super. And this, you can use it for clashes, obviously, but, you know, you can use your super in the second round usually to close out the game, or, you know, sit on that meter so that when your opponent clashes, you can counter. So that's really good for him. Now let's talk a little bit about his trait. His trait is these little arrows you see here. When he is crouching, these arrows hit low, and when he is jumping and shooting them down, they're high. These little green arrows don't do anything. The only thing they're useful for is saving you off his strings, because some of his strings are negative, but you can cancel them into an arrow. And that gives you extra juggle potential in the corner, you know, if you know, some kind of combo like this. Okay, so there you go. You got extra juggle potential, and it does a little bit. But the main thing is his different types of arrows. So, let's talk about fire. Fire, you get 3 arrows. Fire arrows are your main zoning tool. They do 8% damage, and they're his best go-to zone tool. Whether you shoot them at whatever angles you want, they're pretty good. They do 8%. They're very fast, and it's a nice thing. And they hit low from full screen, so that's good. Shock arrows, which look like this, put them in like a very specific like stun state, and they're good in specific combos and stuff like that, so they're not a bad choice. Shock arrows are not a bad choice, but you have to understand how they work and when you should use them, because they're not your go-to. Your go-to is going to be ice arrows. Ice arrows you only get 1 because they're that good, and it puts them in this, you know, free state as you see there, which gives you some, you know, a full combo, and it's just really good. Because you can use it for your offense, and you can use it defensively. Like you can use it as an anti-air. If your opponent's jumping, you can do something like that. You can even jump back and shoot it like that. Like whenever somebody's floating at the top of the screen too, you can snipe them with it, and it's just a really good choice. So let's talk a little bit about, you know, some of his normals and his high-low and stuff like that. So some of his better strings: forward 2, down 1, 3. Now the notation I'm using for this is 1 is light. 2 is, I hit that when I was numbering things off with my hands. I'm sorry about that. 1 is light, 2 is medium, and 3 is heavy. So 1, 1, 3 would be light, heavy. So hopefully you guys can figure this out. But forward 2, down 1, 3 looks like this. It's probably his best string. It hits low and then it hits high. So it's very good. You see the low hit looks like this. I'll show you guys. That's the low hit. Okay, it looks like that. Low hit, right? And then the high hit is the very last one. And it's very, very good, low-high. So that is very hard for people to block. On top of that, you can also use arrows for extra mix-ups, but we'll get to that pretty soon. Now, another string you guys will want to use is 3-3, and the 3-3 is useful for max damage in the corner. So 3-3 looks like that, and you cancel it into an arrow. So that is your go-to for max damage in the corner. It's very negative otherwise. So that's why you save it specifically for combos in the corner. Because when you're outside the corner and you get a freeze, you want to do back 3, jump 3, 2-2-3, pull arrow. Right, so that's your go-to. Another string, the most important probably, for his general game plan is 2-2-3. Looks like this. Now the reason this one's most important is because it's what allows you to pull arrows, right? So like I said, you get that back 3, right? You do your jump 3, 2-2-3, pull arrow. So now I have another ice arrow stocked. I can dash up, get some kind of combo, and then look, do it again. This is why his setups are so strong, is because they lead into each other. Okay, that's one of the best things about his setups. So 2-2-3, which is medium, medium, heavies, go 2. It even works in the corner. It looks like this. Wow. Show you guys. There's 3-3, and then 2-2-3, pull arrow. Whoops, I meant to pull an arrow, but I got stand arrow instead. So pull an arrow after that. So 2-2-3, really good. Now, specifically, I want to talk about 2 normals. First of all, his down 1, his down jab. 7 frames. It's very good, specifically because you can cancel arrow out of it, and that arrows are +3 on block. +3 or 4, actually. I don't remember. And it's a very fast down jab, very good down jab. You can cancel it into his jump back arrow too. So it's a very good down jab for that also. And also back 2. It's an overhead. It looks like that. It's very fast. It's very unsafe, which is why you want to cancel it into an arrow. If you see this right here is a high-low. That's high-lower right there. It hits high and then low. So it's very, very good. You can cancel it into heavy also, but it's harder to combo off of it. It just makes the link a little tighter. So yeah, it's just a very good move to go to. 2-2-3, and back 2. Back 2 looks like that. So good. So those are the notable normals you need to worry about. He does have other strings that are useful in different situations, but those are the primary ones. So let's talk about his setup and his mix-up game, which is probably the main reason you want to play Green Arrow. That's why I'm saving it for last. It's the juicy bits, okay? Here's the main thing. Like I mentioned, low arrow when you're crouching is a low. Jump back arrow is a high. What does that mean for you? Well, let's talk mid-screen. Mid-screen, it gives you some of the better mix-ups. Because down jab into arrow like that is a low, right? And then jump back arrow like that is a high, which means you have a 50-50 every time you do a down jab. And since he has a 7-frame down jab, you can see where the mix-up potential comes from. Not only that, but you can combo off of his jump 3, which real quick, his jump-in suck. Jump 2 is absolutely terrible. Jump 1 is absolutely terrible, but jump 3 is probably the best jump normal in the game. It's up there. It's definitely up there for best jump normal. You can even use it like almost instant overhead status. You saw that? Like, look how freaking crazy the hitbox is. And it crosses up. You can combo off of it with down jab arrow like that. Get a combo. But yeah, his jump in sort of suck besides jump 3. Jump heavy is very good. It's very good. Okay, so like I was saying, mix up potential mid-screen. After you get a knockdown of some sort, you can also do his forward 2, down 1, 3 like that. And then continue the pressure like that. But, you know, your main way to get the hit, the initial hit, is going to be down jab arrow or down jab to jump back arrow. Okay, those are your main ways. Now, when your opponent's waking up, you have some options. As I mentioned, you have the overhead like that. You have forward 2, down 1, 3, which is low into high. And you can cancel even after that. So after that string, you have the option to, again, after any of your strings, do low arrow for the low or jump back arrow for the high. So again, in the corner, this is a low to high to low. And if your opponent's blocking, you know, then he just blocked low, high, low because he's the CPU. But you can do something like, whoops, I didn't shoot it down. But you can do something like this. And that is a low, high, high, just in case your opponent's blocking low again. So very good stuff. Besides that, he also has his overhead, as I mentioned. And he also has a good jump in. Like, that jump in is so deep, you can cross up with it. And it's just really, really good in general. He has all kinds of low-high mix-ups between his arrows and his strings. So very, very good stuff. But, yeah, I mean, that mix-up game in the corner is absolutely disgusting. So you guys are looking for a strong setup character, then this is indeed your go-to man. He is hilarious. He's awesome. He doesn't hit hard, but you'll find it very easy to create openings and get like 5-6 hits in a match. Very, very good stuff. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed and learned a little bit. And other than that, I will see you guys later.